My question for you is, have you ever reacted strongly to something and wondered, why did that hit me so hard? It's the emotional weight that you've been carrying without realizing it was ever even placed on your shoulders. Some of what you're carrying comes from other people's lived experiences and their adaptations, like parents or caregivers or family systems or institutional systems, even generations before you. There was definitely a point in my life when the backpack that I was carrying just became way too heavy for my nervous system to manage. I was overwhelmed most of the time. It was about learning how to take that backpack off and decide with absolute self-compassion what could stay and what could finally go. Today, what I want to talk to you guys about is a concept that I've been developing over the years known as the invisible backpack. And my question for you is, have you ever reacted strongly to something and wondered, why did that hit me so hard? Have you ever felt emotionally exhausted without being able to point to a clear reason why? Or have you ever had this sense that you're carrying more than the actual present moment should require? Have you ever noticed that certain patterns keep repeating, even though you've worked so hard to break them or to show up differently? If any of those questions landed for you, this episode is going to be hot. I want to introduce this metaphor that sits at the very heart of my course and my book, both known as the Calm Code, and I call it the invisible backpack. It's the emotional weight that you've been carrying without realizing it was ever even placed on your shoulders. It's filled with beliefs, expectations, protective patterns, ways of being that really at one point in your life made sense and were necessary. You didn't choose the backpack. You didn't wake up one day and think, oh, I have a backpack and I'm going to decide to pack it. The backpack is filled with lived experiences and how you adapted. Here's the part that most people don't realize. Not everything in your backpack is actually even packed by you. Some of what you're carrying comes from other people's lived experiences and their adaptations and their backpacks, like parents or caregivers or family systems or institutional systems, even generations before you. And you didn't just learn how to survive your experiences. When we're in life, we're actually learning how to actually survive inside other people's emotional worlds as well. For most of my life, I didn't know I was carrying a backpack. Nobody knows they're carrying this backpack. But what I did know is that I was exhausted. I was overwhelmed most of the time. I was very reactive in my body in ways that just didn't make sense. And I would always ask myself questions like, why is this hard for me? Or everyone's telling me to let this go. Why can't I just let this go? And why does it always feel like I'm always carrying more than everyone else? And, I thought it was me, and people liked that narrative. People wanted to tell me it was me and that I was the problem. And often I bought into that agreement. What I didn't know then was that the weight that I was carrying actually made sense. Backpacks don't get filled all at once. They get filled slowly, in small moments, in small experiences. And every time a need wasn't met, or every time safety felt conditional, every time you might have learned, I have to handle this by myself. Those moments don't just disappear. They kind of just get thrown into the backpack and then they get carried forward. But here's what goes even deeper. Some of what we're carrying, some of what you're carrying was never a response to your direct experience. It was a response to the environment you grew up in. You might have inherited hypervigilance from an anxious parent. You may have inherited responsibility from a caretaker who needed emotional support. You may have inherited silence from a family that didn't know how to talk about emotions or feelings. You may have inherited how to control chaos that was never named or explained. We don't choose these strategies, guys. We absorb them because as children, we don't just observe safety patterns. We actually become fluent in them. We're very, very agile that way. For me, it's not just a metaphor. There was definitely a point in my life when the backpack that I was carrying just became way too heavy for my nervous system to manage. And in my early 30s, as I've mentioned many, many times before on the podcast, that weight showed up as a full-on nervous breakdown. And at the time, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that my nervous system was overloaded. I literally just came up with, there's something very, very wrong with me. We would hear things, and this was back in the early 2000s of you need help, or you're mentally ill, or you have a mental problem. So I did what we're told to do. I got help. I got stabilized, and then I put the backpack right on again. I didn't take it off. I didn't examine what I was carrying. I didn't question whether anything in that backpack even belonged to me. I just learned how to function again, and function I did. And I was incredibly high functioning. And I think a lot of people can relate to that, where we become this very high functioning person, but we are just dying on the inside. And the weight is still on our shoulders. So my life just kept moving. Responsibilities didn't stop. Expectations didn't pause. I kept carrying what I had always believed I was supposed to carry, and believing that survival meant endurance. And for a while, it worked again until it didn't. Because about 10 years later, in my 40s, I had a second nervous breakdown. And during that second nervous breakdown, something really shifted in me. I didn't just ask, how do I get back on my feet, and how quickly can I do it, and what meds can I take, and how do I just get through this, or how do I just get past it, which is all the stuff I had been asking since I was 15 years old. I asked a different question, which was, what am I supposed to learn here? What am I carrying? Why? That was the moment that I actually became a little bit aware of this backpack, and I was able to kind of take it off. It happened during a moment of what I'll call surrender. And I took the backpack off, not to throw it away, but to investigate and get curious and to look inside. And for the first time, I wasn't surviving. I started examining. I was getting curious. I started asking questions like, what happened to me? What did I put here? What are my adaptations? What actually belongs to me? What did I pick up because I had to? What did I inherit from other people's pain? What helped me survive but is now costing me my mother-loving peace? Now, as I examined that backpack, I recognized a lot of things that were in there needed to be in there at the time that they were put in there, but that was in the early 80s. This was in the early 2000s. So a lot of things came out, but some things stayed. Some things were really smart and protective and wise, and they actually still had a place in my life, but other things just didn't belong anymore. And some things were actually never mine to carry to begin with. They're just things that I absorbed and inherited. That moment in time, that second breakdown in my 40s, it was not just information. It was an absolute total gift. It was my nervous system's way of saying, I cannot keep carrying this the same way I have done. Learning how to listen to that message is what changed everything for me. And that is the foundation of the Calm Code. I've written a book about it. I have an 8-week course about it. And it really is such a passion project for me, because healing, I learned in that moment, wasn't about pushing through and moving forward and being stronger and being resilient. It was about learning how to take that backpack off and decide with absolute self-compassion what could stay and what could finally go. The book that I wrote actually helps you understand my personal story. There's a memoir part to that book and what went into it and why. And then the live course, which is an 8-week course, is where you learn it, but in a container where you feel supported by a group of other people, because that course allows for 8 people to be in it. And now you get to examine the weight that you've been carrying without judgment and without force. So if you've ever gotten back on your feet, but still feel like you were carrying too much, that doesn't mean that you're broken or defective or that you have failed in any way possible. It simply means that you haven't had the chance to yet take the backpack off and get curious and look inside. So this is where I'm going to end it. These episodes and my work, they matter so deeply to me because I truly, truly believe we cannot heal what we don't understand. And in order to understand why we react the way that we react and why we feel the way we feel and why we carry what we carry, we need access to better information, better knowledge that removes shame, knowledge that explains the nervous system, knowledge that helps us make sense of ourselves. The goal with these mini podcasts is just to create awareness. And I hope today that I was able to help generate a little bit more awareness than you had before. And I hope that this was beneficial to you. My name is Stacey Urich. I'm a certified non-clinical trauma care practitioner. I'm the creator of the Calm Code. And I really hope that today you gained a little bit more insight than you had before you tuned in. I'll see you on the flip side.